All right, everybody, welcome to Photomikes Garage. Okay, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood up here in Vancouver, Canada. Just look at this sun. It is indeed nice. It's quite warm, so I thought it'd be a good opportunity for me to go around the Crown Vic. I'm in the Crown Vic right now, and check on my progress on making this car look nicer. Starts up right away. This vehicle has 3,788 idle hours, which up here in Canada is not bad. Anything under 5,000 I think is pretty good. It has 178,615 kilometers, and I'll just push this down and hold it and you will be able to see what the mileage is for the American guys. 110,986 miles. That's pretty low mileage. We usually get them around 185,000 Ks, so that's not bad for a car that's 2011. All right, this is a 2011 Crown Vic Police Interceptor that I bought at auction about a month ago. And I've been working on it, trying to make it look a little bit better. So I thought I'd share a few tips of what you can do to make your Crown Vic look better, especially as they come decommissioned out of the police department. There's a lot of little things you can do, not expensive, but can make your car look better. So I thought I'd share a few of my tips today. Now, mechanically, the car was basically great. No problems there. Transmission shifted fine, engine fine. Everything's working, air conditioning. So there was no problems with this car regarding mechanical issues. So it was all just cosmetic that I concentrated on. All right, let's start off with the front end. I replaced the headlights and the side markers right there. It looks wonderful. Here's what they look like when I first got the car. So I can see right now that I'm going to have to replace these side marker lights. This headlight, no good. Yellow, crazed, got to be replaced. I'll be replacing that. This side marker, also cracked, has to be replaced. I made a separate video on how to replace both the headlights and the side markers. They are not expensive. There is no excuse for not doing it. And this makes a huge difference on these cars. Makes the car look brand new. Makes any car look brand new when you have clear lenses all the way around. That's a big deal. Easy to do. No reason not to do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Okay, so this car, you can see that it had a front push bar. The mounting tabs go through the bumper here and always leave a little bit of rust. This actually will come off with a little bit of scrubbing. You can actually get most of this off. Next thing you want to do is touch up the bumper, because often there is a push bar mounted here. It goes right into these slots, which you can see is ready from the factory to accept the brackets. And of course, rust will be all on the bumper here from where the brackets were touching the bumper. And you can scrub a lot of that off, but it's also a good idea to touch it up with some white paint. That's why a white cop car is great, because touching up a white car is actually very easy. It's easy to very closely match, and your touch-ups don't show as much as a darker car. So I know everybody loves the darker car, but a white car is easiest for touching up. The next thing to do with the exterior is the wheels. You've got to do the wheels. I've said this in every video, but people are not listening to me, because every time I see a Crown Vic for sale, the wheels are all rusty and horrible looking. And this is what the wheel looked like when I first got the car. And they let a lot of things go, like you got rusty wheels here. They don't care about that too much. All it takes is a few minutes to paint these with satin black. The paint I have is great. It hardly runs at all. It's easy to apply. Also, a little bit of tire shine on the tires just to bring out that black look. Especially with a white car, you want that tuxedo look, black and white. Now that's a big difference. Another thing you want to do is get rid of any decal residue that might be on the car. They take the decals off, but they never do a great job. So you get a little bit of solvent. I think Goof off is the one I use. It takes everything off. It also can kill you, but anyway, it takes everything off, and you can get most of the residue off. I do leave the tape on because that's extremely hard to get off and often takes some paint with it, so I just leave that on. Just get rid of the decal residue, clean everything up. It's going to make the car look great. Now this car didn't have any major paint problems. It doesn't have any large peeling paint, which is a very common problem, especially with the white Crown Vics. And usually the top coat peels off and you just get the gray primer underneath. And people often just leave that. But if you have a small spot, it's easy to touch it up with white paint. Now sure, it's not going to look good from anything closer than 10 feet away, but it still makes a difference, and I would still do it. So just to make your car look better, I would just touch up any peeling paint areas you have with a little bit of white. And finally, for the exterior, you've got to plug your holes. Usually you've got 3 holes, one in the front, one in the back, one in the side, sometimes one in the trunk, although this car has no trunk hole. They're usually a 3/4 inch hole, and you can get these little plugs, if you can see that. You can get these on eBay, and they're white. They come in white or black, and also you could paint them whatever color you want. It plugs up the hole perfectly. So many times I see guys with duct tape still left on their roof, and it's disgusting. A few scuffs. A lot of this will come out with a little bit of polishing. A lot of the scuffs just come right out. Got a small rust spot here, a couple of holes where the Ford emblem was. You can buy a new one and just put it right back over. Okay, we come around to the back of the car and to the trunk. There's usually 2 holes. This is usually covered by a police decal. They take off the Ford emblem, but they leave the 2 holes. I've got these covered in with white tape, but a better idea, I haven't done it yet on this car, but is to buy the Ford emblem, which you can on eBay. I'll put a link below, and it just sticks on right there, covers those holes, makes the car look great. You can also get a police Interceptor decal if you wish, and if it's allowed in your state, on eBay, and just apply it right there. And another important thing is to clean the edges of the trunk. Now these were all covered in green algae slime and who knows what, and it's never been cleaned since 2011, so it's a good idea to clean that. And I know it's a minor detail, but it makes a difference when someone's looking at the car. If they can see it's clean here, they know the car's been well taken care of. Okay, when I first got this car, when I opened the rear door, this is what I saw. Okay, let's check out the rear. Oh no. No. No, no, no. There's no rear seat. That's right, there was no rear seat here. Now I've got a rear seat. You can get this out of a wrecking yard or just out of the buy and sell. There's always people selling Crown Vic parts. I got this rear seat for $75. That's Canadian dollars too, even cheaper for Americans. And it fits right in, makes everything look great back here. Now all these Crown Vics come with a rubberized vinyl flooring, no carpet, so it's easy to keep clean, but they're never cleaned. This is what my rear flooring looked like when I first got it, right here. And it's actually pretty damn dirty in here. I am disappointed. I am disappointed. This is really filthy, because usually they do a better job of cleaning the interior. This looks bad. This is going to take a bit of work cleaning this up. There's just coffee stains and junk everywhere around here. The seats are all stained. That's not good. And this is what it looks like now. Now I don't know if you can really see here. It's kind of a bright sunny day, but it is clean and shiny, almost shiny black. So what I did is I cleaned it, but that still didn't make it look good because it's old. I painted this with vinyl spray. Yes, that's right. Carefully paint with a vinyl spray, and it will make your rubber mats or vinyl, whatever you choose, look fantastic, look brand new. Simple, easy thing to do. I'll put a link below if I can find the super paint that I use. It's a spray paint. Goes on, doesn't drip, it's very durable, and it's flexible, so it's not going to peel off over time. Makes the car interior look fantastic. And as for the driver's seat, well, this is what it looked like when I first got the car. Okay, so the driver's side seat always has this rip. That's no big deal. But what is of more concern is the cushion. You can see that the cushion over there on the passenger side is well formed. It's even, or pretty even. This one, no, it's all lumpy. Lumpy here, a big depression here, lumpy over here. That means that the springs underneath here could be broken. And this is what it looks like now because I switched it out. That seat was stained, and also the springs and the padding were all destroyed in here. You can always tell because the seats sort of have little dents right here and dents right here, dents right here. This seat is actually in really good shape. It's, again, something used that I bought off of, I believe, Facebook. 75 bucks, and everything works. And now it's comfortable. Yes, this is now a comfortable place to actually operate this car from. And on top of that, the whole inside has been cleaned, detailed, armoralled. It looks great, or at least as good as I can get it. Yeah, this is actually a nice place to work from. So the interior, the dash is all clean, but there's one more thing that I see that people always forget to look up. I have covered, there's a giant hole here. This is where the parking ticket light. Now, I love to have a parking ticket light. You can get them on eBay and then install it right here. But if you don't have one or don't want to get one, there's a big hole here that you can see the hole in the roof and everything. Just cover this with duct tape. Yes, I know, duct tape, but it works. This is black duct tape. Just makes everything look a little bit better. Just a little detail. All right, let's check out the engine. Check out the engine. As I said, there's nothing wrong with this engine, no mechanical problems at all. So all I did here, and of course the engine's from the RCMP, which stands for the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. They usually have the engine compartment pretty clean. This one's not too bad. I just gave it a further clean to get rid of the dust and everything else, and it's in pretty good shape. I especially made sure I cleaned around the edges because there's always dirt here, and it just makes everything look better if you clean the edges here. It's kind of a cool decal there on the rear view mirror. Never saw that before. Also, this car does come with the side mirror covers. Sometimes they're missing, and it's a good idea to get these. Again, you can get these on eBay or in your local wrecker. All right, so this is just a quick video on just a few things that you can do to make your Crown Vic, your police interceptor, look good after you buy it from the auction. Now, none of these things cost me a huge amount of money. The biggest expense was the headlights and the side marker lights, which were super cheap. $27 for the side marker lights, and I think about $70 for the headlights. I mean, you can't beat that. That's an incredible price. I especially like these white Crown Vics. I know a lot of people don't think much of them are so common, but I love the panda look. Or you could call it the stormtrooper look. So you actuate the black on the car and the white, and it's a winning combination. So what I notice is that when I look at Facebook or Craigslist looking at Crown Vic police interceptors for sale, what I always notice is that they look terrible. I mean, they might run good and everything else, but they look terrible. Rusty wheels, duct tape on the holes, decal still on the car. And I guess what those people think is that, well, it's a cheap car. People are just looking for transportation, so why not just sell it as is? Who cares, as long as it runs, right? Well, you know, I disagree with that completely, because the people that buy these cars, and I've sold a few, the people that buy these cars are enthusiasts. I've never sold a police interceptor to a soccer mom just looking for a big trunk and room to haul the kids. It just doesn't happen. You're selling these cars to enthusiasts, people that like the police interceptor, they like the look, they like the nostalgia of having a police car, the image that it presents. So if those are the people that are buying the car, then you should make the car look as good as possible, which is what I'm doing here. But I still keep the scars, some of the scars and some of the wear that it has from police duty. For me, that is part of the character of the car. I wouldn't want to make this car perfect. Some of those dents and scratches, that's badges of honor, basically. It's shown that the vehicle has gone through in its service to our country. And so I appreciate that. It should be preserved, but you can make the car look as good as possible, and that's what I do. Okay, so there's just a few tips for you guys on how to make your Crown Vic look a little bit better. So thanks for watching Photomikes Garage. I will see you next time.